And we're back with some more Cosmoteer. And I've been looking forward to this one because I've been doing a bit of testing in the background, or I did last time I was playing. This design we're using was our original blaster ship. It's just lots of heavy laser blasters on the front, and it worked okay. Problem is, it's being incredibly inefficient. I didn't know it was being incredibly inefficient, but let me try and explain how I figured out where the efficiency was by sort of jumping forward to another ship we built. This is the laser ship I attempted to design, and it is horrendous. It is just terribly bad. Let me show you what the problem is. We shall activate the auto fire. Yep, it's quite loud. Gives off this beautiful laser beam. It was meant to be beautiful. Problem is, you can see some of them there. Oh, much better. You can see that some of these are switching on and off. They're not getting enough power. We do have enough power on this ship. There's several reactors around the place, and we do have these transport belts to make people run faster and drop off power. But they still, cuts out, in and out, in and out, in and out. And we have sufficient crew on this ship, definitely. If you check under here, we have 78 crew. Still not able to run this efficiently. So this led me to playing around with railguns. And this is finally where things start to come together and started to make sense for me. It took a little time, but I eventually got there. I'm not the brightest spark, but give me enough time and even I'll figure it out. Alright, this is the railgun loader module. You basically put one of these down, and if you want you can clamp a railgun launcher module on the end of it, and basically you have a really stubby gun. We didn't though. We decided to install these things called accelerators. They increase the damage of the system. So if you have one, it's a 20% damage increase, and there's a few other things. We'll go into more on that later. All you need to know is the more of these railgun accelerator modules you have between the loader and the launcher gives you a bonus to your damage, and you kind of want to keep them powered. They require 2 power to function, and they drain 1 power every time they fire. Power consumption-wise, these things drain enough that, well, actually, this small little reactor here can run 12 of these. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 of them there. The doors are always positioned at the base of the module. So there's 6 there, 6 here, 1 reactor in the middle, 2 crew down here, 2 crew up there, and they're attempting to keep all 6 of these, or all 12 of these modules fed. And then we got 2 crew up here, reactor at the end, and they're trying to feed those 3. Then all we did is we just turned it on. And it starts firing. And you can see the crew running around to try and refuel it. Yep, there's one guy here, he's running in, he runs in, gets more, he powers that. Oh, no, that one's out of power. And it's paused on the firing because not all the rails are... Okay, now some of them are back up and running. But basically, we're getting stutter. And what we're seeing here is we're having problems. Like this guy just came all the way from over here. Oh, and now he's running all the way back up here. They run up here, they drop off power, then they run back to the reactor, grab power, run through the reactor room, and then out the other side to drop off somewhere down here. The problem this is causing is anyone that passes through a room moves at half speed. When they're running in hallways, they run at double speed. Other things we can do to improve it would be, say, let's grab some moving pathways. Actually, first let me do some count-ups. In 2 minutes, this ship at full capacity should be able to fire 60 railgun rounds. This thing can only fire 36. So this can fire 36 railgun rounds in 2 minutes, which is pretty weak sauce. That's a little bit over half of its possible capacity, so we need to make some improvements. So what if we were to, say, add in some walkways to speed up the movement here? So we'll say everyone goes down this way. In fact, let's just make that universal. All the way. And they go back up the other direction. Like so. Oh, and I forgot to have a door on that side of the reactor. That was very sloppy of me. That should mean that the little pawns here can run around. Look at them. They're zipping up and down like crazy now. That's much better. Now, let's see. I'll run another test here. I'll have to pause the firing for a bit, but we'll run another test and we'll see just how much of an improvement that makes. I'm guessing it'll probably give us a couple extra rounds per 2 minutes. Putting in the conveyor belts managed to get our rounds per minute up to, well, rounds per 2 minutes up to 40. So that's 40 rounds out of a possible 60. Drastically improving our efficiency. But there is more things you can do to improve this. We can go into crew management here. Now, I didn't really play around with this much at the start, but let's see. We grab this building here, and we don't want these people passing through the reactor. If they pass through the reactor, they're going to have to pass through here, which moves them at not at half speed compared to corridors, and 1/4 speed compared to these little track things we've got going down. So what we want to do is say, hey, we want you to focus on these 6 rails right here. And then you guys on the other side, we want you to focus on those 6 rails that side. Other side, same again. This way we've told the crew to only stay to their side. We don't really have to do it with these guys. They're actually locked in there. There'll be more on that problems later. But for now what we can do is, then we'll just pause this for a bit, let them refuel everything, and then I'll do another quick count up and see just how many rounds they can get out in 60 seconds. Well, sorry, 2 minutes. I have it running on double speed because I like to think, we'll give it 60 rounds. It's a nice round number to work with. This did not work quite as well as I thought it was going to. By just specializing the crew so that they all stay on one side of the reactor and don't pass through, we've only increased the rounds per 2 minutes by 41. We should be getting 60 rounds every 2 minutes, remember, but we're only getting 41 with this, which is just a 1 round improvement. I mean, that's not nothing, considering all we did was just do some crew assignments, but I was hoping for something slightly better. Now, one thing that's going to be brought up is why don't we switch to medium reactors? When it comes to the reactors, there's 3 types, small, medium, and large. The small ones only give you out 1 battery. The medium ones give you double batteries, meaning you can recharge things with 2 power blocks at a time, and the large ones give you three batteries per module. Now, that would be complete overkill here. You can't insert 3 into it, which means the other extra bits are always lost. So if this thing only requires 1 power and you bring along a double battery, the extra power is wasted, it seems. But let's crank one of those open and have a look. Please ignore how messily close all of this stuff is in this. This was not designed... This was me testing originally, so it was a much messier design just to get a functional ship. That last one we were looking at was much cleaner for sample purposes, but the same core applies. We don't need to worry about the outside edges. All that matters is what's in between these 2 rails. What we've done is we've crammed in the reactor. Little reactor core here. We've got the housing right there. We've got the same transport belts going around, though we've had to make a few changes here because, well, we had to make the whole thing 1 tile wider to cram everything in. But it's here, it's functional, and all we do is we crank up the rails, we set them to fire forever, and then, yeah, I basically get a stopwatch on my phone, hit start on my stopwatch at the same time, and, just count it up for 60 seconds. I know that's not exactly super scientific or anything, but it's close enough for our testing purposes. Right, now that's 2 shots, and then what I normally do is keep an eye on up here, so that's 6, 7, 8... Yeah, I'll be back in a minute. This got us 42 rounds. We went up an entire 1 round by sticking in medium reactors. Yeah, not exactly great. However, I did more testing, because I wasn't going to stop at just this. We needed to get perfect. For our next attempted improvement, what we did was we switched back to the small reactors and chucked them in the middle. And we also compartmentalized it so there's 2 crew trapped with that reactor and the sections they're trying to get to. Now, this does mean they have to pass through the reactor room, which is, okay, a little bit of a negative, I'll give it to you. But I thought we'll give it a try and see how it works. And with this, bearing in mind we got 42 rounds per minute with the medium reactors, this gives us 49 rounds per minute. As well as that, there's no need to actually do crew assignments. Reason being, well, they're trapped in there. There's nowhere else they can actually go. Oh, and that right there, that is an airlock hatch. We need to be able to get crew in here at some point. Now, there's been talk about you can just put in an airlock hatch, let people in, and then delete the airlock hatch after they're in, which, yeah, I'd like to avoid doing that. Not just out of convenience sake. I'd like to be able to restock crew if they get killed or injured or whatever. I don't know if that can actually happen. You know what? We're not going to worry about it. I'm going to make sure everyone's got a hatch in and out, and we can close them later if needs be. This brings in 49 rounds every 2 minutes. Bearing in mind 60 is the maximum, 49 seems like, well, sort of awesome sauce. And we're out of sulfur. This is a test map in creative mode, so I can test all these things. You can just at any point just go in here, hit restock all resources, and it fills everything up. Just so we have these ammunition factories filled. Right, so we've hit the point of 49 rounds per minute. That's actually pretty good. I'd like to take it all the way to the end, the logical conclusion though, so let's keep going. So here we made a few minor tweaks. Namely, we just limited to 2 pawns per 4 rail segments. Before it was 2 per 6. Now we're dropping down 2 to 4. We can actually keep up. This thing can fire a full 60 rounds per minute non-stop. I really wish we could do 5 rails somehow. Just limit it to 5 rails. I was trying to think of a way to do that, but actually, wait a minute. I was curious to see what would happen if we limited the actual crews, like these 2-person crews, to 5 rails. So all we've done here is limit this 2-person crew area here to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Same with this, same with this. We had to shorten the whole thing down a bit. No, we got like an extra shot or 2 out of it. It's too awkward. Also, this thing is not very practical in terms of getting people in and out of this. Also, there's no fire extinguishers, there's no nothing. This is an awkward setup. It was about this point I was finalizing on a design when it finally sort of clicked in my head. It's all about crew per damage. You don't care about how much mass it takes on your ship or how much components or anything like that. If I was willing to do a bunch of mining in the first map area, I could have gotten all the resources necessary in the campaign mode to make this in the first map. You wouldn't even have to leave the first map to get this. So long as you're willing to do enough mining and grinding, you can totally get the resources necessary. But crew, you are limited in the amount of crew you can get. So crew efficiency is like top-notch 100%. You'll see this all over the forums and stuff as well, but it didn't really click for me until right this minute when I was trying to optimize the crew for this. So how much damage per crew are we getting out of putting 2 crew assigned to, well, 4 of these things? It's going to be a little bit hard to figure out, but I've come up with a little bit of a rule of thumb. Each railgun module you add on is roughly a 10% damage increase. That's not perfect. This is definitely a rule of thumb type increase, but yes, say each one of these is worth 10%, meaning 2 crew is giving us an extra 40% damage increase on the base for a railgun launcher. So what do those numbers look like? Doing the numbers, these 4 rails added on to the firepower of the gun is about 1,000 damage extra per second, which is not terrible. That means for 2 crew, we get 1,000 damage per second. To put that in perspective, a laser blaster gives you about 533 damage per second, and it takes 1 crew. So 2 laser blasters, you're basically getting the equivalent of 2 laser blasters worth of damage for the cost of 2 crew. It would take you 2 crew just to man those laser blasters, never mind carry power to them. So compared to the lowest end guns, not doing too badly. But, however, there are downsides. Of course, this is spinally mounted, so you have to actually point your entire ship at the enemy. However, it's got 600 range. Yeah, 600 range is a lot. These laser blasters only have a range of 260 meters, meaning you can vastly outrange just about everything. In fact, this is the longest range weapon in the game. It only starts out with 300 meters in range, but you can go up to 600 by adding on up to 8 of these rail accelerator modules, which we have. So, I'm thinking that's pretty good, but I was still thinking wrongly about it. Let me show you the other numbers. You see, if we switch back to the 49 shots per minute out of 60, that means those 2 crew are manning 6 rails. Sure, we're losing out on the damage per second output total of our ship, but we're actually getting about 1,224 damage per second, almost a 25% increase in damage per crewman, which is good. We would need to stick on more rails, but I'm kinda okay with that. It just makes the ship more expensive, but again, like we've covered, expense is not the limiter here, it's always going to be the crew. So, I kinda really should go with the 3 persons per rail, but I kinda like this variant. So I'm still going to be slightly inefficient about this for now. It depends how hard the game gets. Let me go through some of the other bits. So, yeah, just long story short, crew is the most vitally important thing, and trapping crew as close as possible to the power supply that they're trying to feed of whatever, it seems is vitally, vitally important. That's why our laser ship was so horrifyingly bad. Everything keeps dropping in and out. Anyway, this laser ship, these type of lasers are actually designed for more close combat stuff. You want to get in close and basically burn a hole straight through someone's hull. These are not designed for range slugging matches, like I was thinking. In fact, their damage is better the closer you get, and as well as that, what they benefit from is you can armor plate the bejesus out of this core, while only having a tiny exit hole, meaning you're able to protect most of your valuable innards with a massive armor core, and just slugging someone down in the face. Very counterintuitive for the lasers, but I don't know, I get where they were going with this. It's the railguns that are more for long-range plinking away. But what's scuppering on us on this is we need to have these reactors far closer, and we probably need to have 2 separate reactors, one here feeding that, and one over here feeding that. It's going to increase the amount of mass, it's going to increase the complexity of the ship, but it's necessary to make sure these lasers function continuously. Where we're messing up is we were not prioritizing enough, limiting the crew. For bearing example, bearing in mind, this thing takes about 70 crew to functional suboptimally because we have not assigned out any of the crew roles. This ship has 50 people and works perfectly with almost 0 downtime. For example, let's try and separate this out a bit so it makes more sense. There. We simply move the entire engine module up there. That thing is actually fully functional. It's its own self-contained little thing. This down here is also self-contained. What we have is the control room, which generates all of the command points. We have the sensor array, which lets us see everywhere. 1 small reactor core, just a tiny one, which I know seems really counterintuitive. It took me a while to wrap my brains around this one. Then we have a crew quarters holding 6 people, these hold 6, and a crew quarters holding 2. Reason being, this requires 4 people to run, this requires 3, so that means it requires 7 people to run this. So we have 8 people in this entire section, 4 in here at all times, 3 in here at all times, and this one guy, his only job, to power everything. Look at him. That one guy is just going around powering these. I didn't have to do any crewing assignments, and there's no way in or out. They're literally stuck in here. No one else can come in to help them or not, and their only purpose is to run this control room, run the sensor array, and that's it. This is where I started to get into the whole, oh yeah, this makes more sense, and then we'll come over to here. This is the forward engine array. Yeah, we have one medium reactor, 3 shield modules, a bunch of engines, and the only things that's necessary is, like, this is running on 6 crew. We have 2 crew running this, and then the other 4, their only job is to run power. That's it. That's their only job. So this 6 crew are able to run this entire module. Over here, same thing again. 6 crew running this entire module. Done. It's literally a mirror image of this. In fact, let me demonstrate here exactly what I mean by it. We're just going to grab that entire chunk. Control X, and we'll just move it back. There. Done. It'll take them a second to run all the power. But once they do, the whole thing starts to come online. I am not sure how well this will work in combat. It might be a case of once these shields start taking power drain, they won't be able to, the other 4 power haulers won't be able to keep up. We'll have to find out. There will be some, there'll be a learning moment, I suppose. Down here, we've got the rear power ones. I should point out, there is no way for this crew to get over here. You'll notice that there's no doors between these 2 sections, so they can't pass through. And in fact, these crew rooms, damn it, this crew right here, their only purpose is to run this gun. The 2 people here and the 2 people here that are in these crew modules, their only purpose is just to sit on those gun consoles all day, whether there's targets or not. They don't do anything else. The crew over here, they can do whatever they want, but they've got options. Basically, they have to run this engine room, take sulfur and put it into the ammunition cannon ammo factories. Basically, just dump the sulfur here, and then carry those shells into this room when necessary. This thing sips ammunition, so it's not really a big deal. But because of the little bit of extra load that's going on down here, I've stuck them in extra crew quarters. So this takes 8 people. There's 8 people here. 8 people run a pretty much mirror image one over this section. 6 here, 6 here, and then we've got 2 people per module down the middle, so it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So there's 14 people running both of these guns. And this whole thing just hums beautifully. So minimal amount of crew, everyone locked into the areas they're supposed to be in, and everything is just really short distances. If the crew need to carry power, they hop out of the rooms, go in here and start popping back and forth. Actually, let's do a little bit of efficiency here because this can be definitely improved upon. First up, we want the crew that's the furthest away manning this, because once they're on it, they're never going to leave it. It only takes 2 crew to run this, so the smart play would be put you over there, grab the double crew compartment. There will be more changes later on. Let's say right there. We'll give the door right here so you can get in. Then what we do is go into crew assignments, and we tell this crew here, your only job is to run that machine. That's it. So those 2 run over here. Speed up time a bit. They man this, which means the 6 crew that are in here, their only job is to power stuff or move sulfur. The moment anything needs power, they pop out the door. They're immediately in the power reactor to grab power, and then they just pop off to wherever they need to go. Done. So just little things like that can crank up your efficiency so you need slightly less crew. And that's sort of what you're looking at for as you're building it. And I'm sure there's still tons of mistakes I'm making. I am still well in the newbie stages of grasping this. So I'm sure there's a few more experienced players out there with a few hundred or a few thousand hours under the belt looking at this going, that's terrible, that's terrible. But this is basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 6 different separate modules all working together to make a functional ship. 4 engine modules, 1 command and control, and 1 weapon system. So the weapon system is a little bit hybrid. There is connections between this section and this loading area, so theoretically problems could happen. The theory would be this. As we get more and more resources, we just extend on the rails. We're getting about every time we add on a couple of crew members, in here we can get a 40% damage bonus to our damage. However, there is a bit of a problem. 1, it's not 40%, sorry, it's 2 rails on each side, so it's a 20% damage bonus, sorry. But also, these things weigh a ton, like, okay, 30-something tons, 36 tons. So they weigh an awful lot, which means we've got to keep putting on more engine modules. So what would probably happen, or what the theory would be, is this. When we're ready to extend the rails, we're going to need at least another 12 people. Then we can stick on, say, another engine module over here, another engine module over here. We'll have to rip off some of these, but basically it would be 6 people running another 3 forward-facing engines to give us more reverse thrust, and the same over here. That way we can maintain distance with people. We would not worry so much about the rear thrust down here, or we might even put some rear thrusters on there. Ooh, but you know, we'll worry about that when the time comes. But once we have, say, about 12 people for extra engines, we'll strap those onto either side. Then we'll need to extend the rails. Every time we get 2 extra people, we can just chuck on an extra few rails. In fact, since this whole thing is so modular, there's fun stuff you can do. Let me see, like, we don't want these rails getting hit. If these rail guns get hit, and this pops, it will cause a chain reaction the whole way down along the line and basically core out the center of the ship. That would be bad. So, what we want to do is protect those a bit And since it is a modular design ship, let me just do this. We'll grab all of the section here. We shall move that forward, say, that far is good enough. Then what we can do is grab ourselves some armor plating. Okay, this is just temporary. I'll shiny it up in a bit. Grab ourselves some armor triangles. Rotate them. Nope, can't quite do it there. But there, something along those lines. So now the railgun is sort of much more shielded. Nothing can really get an angle on it. It can still shoot out. In fact, we could probably even move that forward a bit more so we can get more armor plating in place. I would like to have the armor plating out a few chunks more. Let me do just a little bit more modifications here before we can put a totally finalized design. Oh, these are booster thrusters. I gotta remember how to go over those. Those things are pretty fun. There we go. Some lightly protected rails. They've got 2 big shield generators covering them, 2 smaller shield generators covering them. Now all we gotta do is give this thing a bit of a stress test before we take it into combat. To do that, what we're going to do is say, oh, why don't you start heading that direction? Now that you're headed that direction, let's grab the guns and set them to consistently fire forever and ever and ever. And let's see what happens. The theory should be that these should keep up, the shield should keep up, but if anything starts to go down or stuff is not getting powered or, oh, ammunition. Alright, so maybe it doesn't sip ammunition quite as much as I thought it was. Yeah, okay, that could be a problem. Yep, that's definitely going to cause issues. Okay, but forward thrust is fine. We will need to get some dedicated ammunition haulers, but that can be sorted out. Alright, now let's try reverse. When traveling in reverse, the railguns are fine because, well, these guys don't have to fuel up the rear engines anymore. So because of that, they're actually able to keep the ammunition flowing at a reasonable rate. Might want to increase. I think I'm going to get a dedicated crew for ammunition feeding. Yeah, I might have to do that. But those guys are taking care of this whole area quite nicely otherwise. Huh. This seems to be keeping up. Shields are on... Oh, you can see the way those shields are barely keeping up. This is definitely tight on crew up here. Maybe we should rip out one of the shields. Might be an idea. By and oh, yep, there, that one's already gone down. Look. Okay, give me a second. A couple less shield generators there. We'll probably have to... Yeah, let's do the same thing up here then. Done. That means we'll probably should move these back a chunk. Yeah, there you go. They'll have to get fueled up again, but I think that should be fine. So long as we're going in reverse, it seems we can keep up with the ammo feeding quite handily. It's if we're trying to go forwards that it'll become an issue. Huh. Still should probably fix it, though. I have found a solution to our loading problem that didn't require too much fiddling around with. All we've done is we've made ourselves job priority guys. We've basically made people who are called gun fillers. Yeah, let's maybe show you this. This is the default role of everyone. And if you've ever played RimWorld, this jobs priority thing is gonna look very similar. So this is their priorities for doing stuff. For example, they will operate laser blasters before they think about supplying batteries. However, if it is out of batteries, they will then default to supplying type of thing. So what we've done here is we've had a look and it seems this is the cannon ammo factory that feeds the railguns. It's set to level 6. This is much lower down than their priorities for other things like, say, engine room. The engine room to operate and supply batteries is both level 8, meaning they will prioritize feeding all of this engine room before they even think about going near the ammo factories, which, as you can imagine, is kind of sane. The reason being, you wouldn't imagine people would really want factories working while they're doing things. We're doing this a bit odd in that we're making the ammo on site. It's just these things produce ammo so quickly you don't really need to worry so much. However, what we've done is we've made gun fillers. We have edited their role and we have gone into their job priorities and we've set them so that they will run the cannon ammo factory on a priority 9. Then, on priority 10, they will actually have load the ammo factory. So they supply ammo to the railgun loaders at level 10. These are the only things I changed. So now their priorities are keep this factory loaded while also keeping this factory loaded with sulfur. So sulfur for the factory and ammunition for the gun loaders. And you see the odd red person coming in occasionally to help out. That's if all the engines are doing fine. And this seems to be functioning without any blips. The shields are staying up, everything's going good, and this is with forward thrust, which is basically our worst case scenario, because this is requiring them to refill these things quite quickly. So in reverse, we'll be even more sorted. Does mean it requires 2 more crew, but I think that's a sacrifice we can make. Also, yeah, they don't seem to be clipping these. Yeah, I think we're good. Perfect. Alright, this is a design. I've spent about 25 minutes designing it. let's go blow some stuff up. This is our current ship. This is our storage, which has an awful lot of resources in it, and it's going to take a lot. Railgun ships are not cheap. Let's go in here and go to... Yeah, let's load, replace existing. Yeah, actually, make it a blueprint first. Then we'll load up and replace existing ship. And walk softly and carry a big stick. Excellent. That looks about right. Not enough beds. Right, how much crew do they want? Suggested 35. No, we've got 54. I got an idea. How about we just transfer some people off? I want this to have exactly as many crew as this needs, and no more. Right, 54 crew on board. I think we are good to go. We have all of the necessary parts. We don't actually need to spend any money. Huh. This might take a second. That'll be fine. Now we just gotta see if it's combat effective. That's sort of the worry, is that it's just gonna suck. Our reverse speed is about 86 meters per second. We do have some reverse boosters that will help us speed up a little bit if we need to, but I wouldn't really be depending on those. You want to be able to outrun everything and just fill them full of rails until they're dead. Right. I think we are online. Excellent. These are set up for a high period, whatever the warp core stuff is, or the warp coil thing. How's their resources looking? We actually have some left. Okay. You, mop up all the leftover scraps. This thing is going to need a few changes to it. I mean, this one over here. Reason being is we want to store all of the fuel, the hyper fuel, in each of the 4 modules. Remember, none of these are interconnected, so I'm not sure this thing can hyper jump without us stocking up everything. Also, we need to get our hands on some sulfur. Do we have any? Yes, excellent. We'll chuck some sulfur over, and then we should be ready to give this a test fire. Let's go pick a fight. Now, we've got much longer range. How long exactly, I don't know, but a lot. Ooh, very long. Alright, well, we needed the sensors for that. Let's go find someone, pick a fight, and then immediately start backing away. For this, I have installed some emergency reverse thrusters. You'll see these suckers right here? These are booster thrusters. They are a bit unique. This is a large thruster. It's just one lower than the huge ones we've got mounted. Now, these things have a thrust of 3,200 kilonewtons, or just call it 3,200 whatevers. The booster thrusters actually have a thrust of 3,200 whatevers as well. In fact, they're identical in that respect. And they ramp up in 2 seconds. These things ramp up in 2 seconds. In other words, it takes 2 seconds for them before you get the full power out of them. Boosters, it seems, I just thought you'd turn those on when you need them, but no, they actually act as normal engines, but they have the option to suddenly dump fuel, and they will give you triple their thrust power to 9,600 thingamywhatsits. That means you get triple the power out of them. However, it's instantaneous. That boost is just, there's no ramp-up time. You instantly get it. Lasts about 10 seconds, I believe. So it's really good for slowing you down and changing direction, or just speeding up in wherever you want to go. The huge thrusters give you a sustained burn of 8,000 thingamywhatsits. So I like the huge thrusters for going somewhere, and I like the boosters for changing direction. In fact, we may add on some more boosters in a bit. But for now, we're going to rotate around a bit, zoom out, and... Ooh, who are you? You are a small laser platform. You are people that messed with the wrong people. Ooh. Let's stay back a bit, shall we? In fact, we're just going to stay out of range, and hopefully, yeah, that guy over there looks like he wants to have a taste. Come on. Don't you want to have a little nibble? Seriously? No nibbles? You're lazy. You. How far back do we have to go? I want to figure out where... Ooh. It's like a... Wow. Well, we can hit him from where we are. What if our weapon's set to? Our weapons are set to... Fire a target. Okay, that's fine. Let's just say the target is... that? Yeah? I think we're going to have to do some things called rail fanning, but... Oh. Well, that was rather efficient. Problem solved. Let's go find someone else then. How about this guy? Where are you? Okay, we would like to target that on you, and we're going to set it so that we... Oh, damn it. Don't do this to me. Finally, managed to get it to exactly where I wanted to. We're going to save our attack defaults. We're going to slow this down a bit. We want to make sure we can maintain distance. We have targeted the correct part of the ship. Oh, there they go. Oh, is there going to be an interception? No. Oh, that guy decided discretion was the better part of valor and decided to turn around and not engage. All right, we are going to rotate a bit. I believe there's a thing we have to do called rail fanning. It means we have to rotate. So we're going to rotate to face target or general direction. Say like that. Rotate around a bit. Yeah, there we go. Oh, barely scratched him. You know what? He's moving too fast. Let's just target the small hyperdrive. That way, if we miss by a bit, we still hit something. Oh, you, where are you going? Fan back the other direction if you wouldn't mind. No? There you go. Huh. Oh, he has flak. That could be problematic. Flak can shoot down rails, which sounds insane, but it's what happens. You, can you do some more of that rail fanning thing? It's going to take me a little bit of time to get used to it. Basically, you rotate a little bit one direction, rotate the other direction, and then when it lines up, it fires. And then we rotate back. No, you're not going to shoot again? There we go. Ooh. That thing's holding together remarkably well. Some of the damage is getting through, but I think we need faster railguns. It might be arranged. The weird thing is, I switched to rails to get away from the problems with flak, but I can see now why flak was introduced in the game. It basically messes you up if you're on rails or anything else. Straight through the center and your cord. Yeah, we basically reversed like crazy. We were completely able to outrun him and just kite him. Though we are going to need to upgrade our scrap ship. Our scrap ship is going to have to follow us around and collect stuff. We need to remain fast and nimble enough to be able to outrun opponents. Ooh. I hope something in here doesn't have flak, so just so we can test this out even better. Our next target does not have flak. Our next target also has a very exposed cockpit. Let's find out how our next target fares when 2 railgun shots gets fired its direction. Oh, there's also a small defense platform. We'll worry about that in a minute. What happened? You had literally one job. Your only job was to provide power to this system. What happened? What the hell? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need to start turning off, whatchamacallit, airlocks. People are moving between jobs. You. Oh, that's nice armor plating you got there. 1 second while I rotate back and forth a bunch and kill this guy. Rotate left. What's the hotkey for this? Or. That actually makes a lot of sense. I'm beginning to think that maybe starbases are going to become a lot less of a problem. If we've got access to railguns, we can just, like, well, do that from a distance. Next thing you know, no more starbase. I like that idea, and we can do it from maximum range. We don't even have to worry about them getting close to us. Yeah, now, I did make a few more modifications. This thing just requires more little customizations here just to make sure everything works right. What we've done is we have made sure that these crowd here, they're specialized towards doing this and only this. What we were having was, this is such high priority, people would literally get into spacesuits, fly over here, and try and fix this place up. Or try and occupy this place, which was causing all sorts of problems. Because then people were leaving, and yeah, no. It's done now. There shouldn't be any more interference. Down here, I've specialized these guys in doing these power reactors to make sure they don't try and fly over here and do these guys' power reactors. In fact, I should probably do that here as well. You're going to specialize in that reactor, and you are going to specialize in that reactor. That's all they've pretty much got to do there. If they've got any leftovers, they can take care of the hyperdrives or any of that stuff. And I think, yeah, let's take this for more of a spin. There's other stuff out here that needs killing. Our next 2 victims have arrived. This seems to be a weird ship that'll turn sideways and broadside you, which is cool. It's got shields, so I'm interested to see how that works out. I also need to get a better handle on doing whatchamacallit, our little sideways shimmies. Now you can see here these engines are starting to kick in, but I'd like us to reverse just a little bit faster, so I'm going to hit the boost. That will immediately turn the boosters to high speed, which pretty much stops us dead and starts us reversing at a better clip, which I like. Why haven't you started shooting at that thing? I'm beginning to think that maybe shooting at this one might be a smarter idea. Yeah, rotate left. Rotate. You wanna take a pot shot there, buddy? There you go. And yeah, you took off some chunks of armor, but not enough. Rotate around again. There's 2 more. Problem solved. Then we got this guy over here. I love the way that little screen in the top left, just top right, allows us to figure out where everything is. Rotate around. We should get 2 shots in a minute. I said 2 shots in a minute? Huh. How about if we just try and overemphasize that? Our turning speed is not maybe as much as we'd like, but... Oh. Yeah, it took out half of the side of him. That was beautiful shooting. Anyway, let's rotate back a bit. And problem solved. I like it. Only downside now is we don't have enough space to harvest all of these guys. So what we're going to have to do is start leaving down markers, and we're going to have to bring in our other ship and refit it. We're going to have to refit our other ship to be... No, actually, no, scrap. Yeah, we got scrap there, and we're going to have to go find that other guy and put a marker on him. Also, this whole reversing thing is mean we're going to have our combat spread out all over the shop. I've brought in our support ship. Well, our support station. This is not going to be fit for purpose. This thing needs something that can sort of follow along and demolish everything behind it. So this thing is right now in a ship graveyard. There's also a... Ooh, you look very shy. No, 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 don't get distracted. I have already queued up this little blueprint here. This should give us something that can move vaguely, and it is a portable mobile factory of sorts. All we're doing is basically ripping out the engines and moving them to the edges, giving it 3 engines. We're going to have to dedicate the crew. There's only 15 crew on this, and 15 crew is not a lot to make this move reasonably fast. No, you guys should probably move a little bit closer if you want to maybe help out. There's better. Perfect. Shorter commutes for everyone. After a little bit of fiddling about, we've got 1 engine module over here with 6 crew. They take power from a medium reactor, dump it in here, keep these engines running. We stuck in a couple of resource collectors, and we stuck in 1 mining laser, just to see how that works out for, say, scrapping. So, how would you like to go and scrap that stuff? Will you use the mining lasers, or you're going to go at the airlocks, aren't you? Is no one going to bother using the mining lasers at all? Seriously? Oh. They are using the resource collectors a bit, but no one's using the mining lasers to... In that case, let's try optimizing for a little bit of mining laser activity, if you wouldn't mind. I've basically tried to set these to only use the stuff on their side. And are you good? Anyone want to use that? Anyone want to get in there? There we go. Huh. Only for a split second, then they're off again. That would hopefully be more efficient if they could use those a lot more frequently. I don't know if there's enough power, though. Wait a minute. But we put in a quick corridor there. And we put in a quick corridor there. That'll make refueling them just that little bit faster. Much better. Okay, once that's done, I'm going to see if this thing can't demolish this shipyard area, this entire ship graveyard. If it can, it'll have proven it can follow us around. If it can't, well, then I'll need to redesign. Plus, we are kind of short on crew still. You, over here. Eat. And... yeah, it's kind of weird. They're not leaving the ship, which is kind of what I wanted. We could close down the airlocks, but I don't want to get around to being that draconian about things. This actually might be reasonably efficient. We're going to leave this ship scrapping here for a while, but I'm thinking it definitely needs more crew. They can't run all of this equipment at the same time, so I think all of the additional crew will go into that until it's up to snuff. And over here, we're just about to tuck into a little snack. I'm thinking, this guy's... like, look at the size of that cannon. That is a deck cannon. They're fun, but not really our style. What's your speed? Actually, I don't even know what his speed is. I don't care. I want you to... yeah, let's engage the boosters. Yeah, we can't let that guy get close. I don't want him firing that cannon anywhere near us. Alright, let's rotate a little bit, shall we? And see if we can't get our wiggle on. We will wiggle you slightly that way. And then afterwards, we'll wiggle you... oh, slightly the other way. Oh, EMP missiles. That's unfortunate. And wiggle a little bit to the left. Anyone want to fire? Oh. I do like the sound of railguns just chunking into things and making absolute mincemeat of them. Back a bit. Oh, there goes your cockpit. And you're done for. EMP missiles, they are painful. You gotta get a full shield recharge afterwards, and when we're going forward, that's a problem. Not the worst thing in the world. We shall set you for... Nope. We'll just set you for scrap, and we'll get on with our day. Where were we? I just want to take out the pirate bases on this map to get us more honor, or whatever the hell is fame, and then we're going to, well, leave. This pirate base looks to be reasonably well defended. We'll just hang around here on the outside for a bit until one of them... They like to take wide patrol paths. Once one of them gets a bit too close, we'll draw their attention and then fire a rail right through their face and see what happens. Nope. We have a wiener. Right. You. Right there. Perfect. And... Ooh, where did we miss? How did we miss? They're rails. They fire at speed. Alright. You. Rotate back a bit. Want you to rotate around. Wow. Okay, the guy's accelerating away. Never mind. I really thought he'd come in and fight us. The moment we fired at him, he's like, nope, I'm out of here. I mean, a smart guy, but still, that was what I was expecting from the AI. Looks like he's back for seconds. Fine. Oh! Oof, never mind. It's not like you needed the front of that cockpit anyway. Let's rotate back a bit. Oh! Rotate the other way. Come on. Yep. Cored him clean out. That is just beautiful. Okay, let's go back in and grab the other guy. Ooh. Who are you? Ooh, you got shielding. I am really interested to see how we do get shielding. Also has an EMP missile at the back. EMP missiles are the only weapon with the same range as us. What are you doing? Don't turn your back on the enemy. That's stupid. Oh, this is dumb. Fine, keep running. Oh, that guy's actually moving away. Perfect then. Let's target that thing right there. Go for it. What? Stop dragging around a trophy with you, you absolute nutjob. The other ship is actually just caught on the front of ours and we were moving it along like a scoop ram and... Oh, I miss coring out that guy. That is... I like railguns, but at the same time, you do miss all the, like, just running up in people's face and blasting them and getting to watch it all on one screen. Now it's more a case of you get to watch your railguns fire and then you're like, wait, did the other guy die? Oh, damn it! And then you have to look over and find the corpse. Alright, let's clear out their last defender and then I think we'll just snipe out the rest of the pirate base from a distance. Ooh, he looks different. That's a lot of armor plating you got on the front of that thing, buddy. Alright, we're going to start coming in here. Once we're in range, boost. Yeah, there we go. 2 shots fired off. And we took out most of the armor in those hits. Excellent. Now, I'm curious if... Do we have to rotate every time? No. Guy's dead. That was brutally efficient. I loved it. Alright, let's keep going in. In fact, I think... What's the repairs necessary? Why do we need repairs? Oh, EMP missile actually did damage. That's the first piece of damage we've taken so far. This is the first line of defense of the pirate base, or second line of defense. We're just gonna move in range and hit it, blap it with some railguns. That should take care of that really quickly. Anyone wanna... Oh. And problem solved. Now, what have you got? Do you have flak? You do not have flak. I think we're just gonna core you. Right from all the way out here. Okay. Now, will both railguns fire without us needing to prompt? They won't, will it? Reason being, we're too far away. It's set for dealing with ships, not for things like this of this size. So basically, our rails were ending somewhere about here. Anyone else want to fire, guys? Fine. Looks like we have to do the rotation trick. Rotate back. Oh, dear God. Yep. I need to get a handle more on that rotation thing, but, yeah, that's a space station, and we just did it from completely outside of range. That is entirely broken, and I love it. You, over here. We are just gonna take that out on you. That should be pretty handy to arrange. Yep. Anyone left alive? Yes, you're... Oh, God. And you literally have your command center facing towards us. Well, at least there's some armor plating on you. Nope, never mind, doesn't make a difference. Okay then, so that's a pirate base at this level. I think it's time we moved on. For killing the pirate base, we're able to grab ourselves some honor, and that honor allows us to hire more crew, which means this ship can become just that little bit more effective. See, the railgun ship already has its maximum crew complement. We don't need any more. So we're going to hire 11 more crew members, which means we can... Oh, we can definitely improve the efficiencies of this thing's harvesting. I just need to move a few things around. We have loaded this ship up on crew, however, it's still not performing as well as I would like. You see, there's a thing here, just say we want to try scrapping this ship. Let's slow it down a little bit here. You notice that some people actually pop out the airlock and start wandering over there to mine. That's horribly inefficient. I'd prefer if they stay here, dropped off power to the tractor beams, and dropped off power to the mining lasers. I don't want them getting out of the ship. So what I've done is I've created a new scrapper class. And all we've done is, under job priorities, we've told them no salvage mine, no gather resources. And I think this relates to leaving the ship. So, all of them? How do I move them over there? Oh, wait, I think I have to change the color of these things. Yeah, so you two. And you two. That should work fine. Now, you should no longer leave the ship to go do your mining. Let's try that out on something small before we decide to swallow that space station. Any of you guys want to decide that it's time to leave the spaceship today? No. Excellent. They stay indoors. They refill the power on that. Oh, this is the only long-running power distribution thing we have to do, but I'm kind of fine with that for now. And there. They efficiently demolished that. None of them left the ship and did anything stupid. Everyone's getting productive time up. In that case, let's demolish this. I love the way the space station is now smaller than our little cargo vessel. Alright, you start chewing away at that. This guy's going to go away. Actually, we have to worry about this thing getting attacked. Now, normally I'd stick behind and protect it. However, I do believe there is a technology we can get in here. Where is it? It's called a hyperdrive core. Nope. We probably need to buy the research for that, don't we? Here it is. Hyperdrive beacon. 16 grand to unlock. Requires some diamond. Yeah, we've got all of that junk, I'm pretty sure. Explosive charges, don't need them. Kind of tempted to buy some of the other things in here, like the uranium enricher. Why not? And the processor fabricator. Actually, no, we're starting to run a little bit lower on cash than I would like, so maybe not. Let's go back to this guy, and we would like to do a little bit of building on you, if you wouldn't mind. Hyperdrive beacon. Ships with hyperdrives can jump to this ship with hyperdrive beacon. Yeah, we'll just chuck it in the middle, I suppose. Can we afford that? I believe we can. Excellent. This way, if this thing gets in trouble, we should be able to jump back to it. Assuming... Maybe I should stop what they're currently doing so they'll prioritize that. I must say, I'm finding the difficulty on this level a little low. Yeah, I'm going to take out the last pirate base and get out of here. Railguns are awesome. Just look at this. We've cored the ship out from stem to stern. Haven't destroyed the reactor, but we'll see what the next shot does. You want to fire anything? Oh, actually, sorry, we are a little bit askew. Just rotate back there and give it a little bit of a pop, would you? No, completely did not touch the reactor. Reactor is perfectly intact. Plenty of nuclear material there for us. Excellent. Only problem is we can't keep up with the scrapping. It's okay. I'm just going to do a little bit more exploring. I'm sure there's a pirate base around here somewhere. The ships out here are getting way cooler. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 guns on this thing. Nice. He's in a fight with some other pirates. I think, yeah, that pirate just got cored out. Might have been my rails, might not. Let's see how he does against some rail guns. Okay, come on. Oh, actually, no, we were definitely not in range of that guy for our rails. And how you doing over there, buddy? There's one. Oh! I think we hit some ammunition. And some sensitive little dangly bits. Ouch! Well, we'll just leave a scrap marker there. We'll be back for that. There's actually a level 9 pirate base over here that I want to go have a... Well, I want to try and smash it. The last one's only been level 6s, so let's see what a level 9 pirate base looks like and how well our little railgun ship can go. I am quite happy with what we've done so far. We've managed to take, well, a small amount of crew and turn them into quite an effective little ship. Oh, okay, fine. I just want to make sure there's no other contacts around here that might get in the way when we're dealing with the pirate base. You, what are you? Well, besides dead, of course. Come on, let's have a look at you. You are... Is that a nuke launcher? Yep, that is a nuke launcher. Well, you put it right at the front. I don't think this is going to go well. And... didn't kill you? Well, yeah, I suppose it happens. You're very lucky. A little bit more to the left and there would be nothing left of you. Uh, don't seem to need to wiggle as much. Occasionally we just fire 2 rounds off in rapid succession. Okay, wiggle a little bit, I suppose. Anyone? Or is he just running away faster than we can get closer to him? Or do I need to adjust my attack distance? I think I might need to adjust my attack distance just a little bit. And then rotate to there. There we go. I'm going to have to reset my attack distance for all the future ships. I think I'm just a little bit out of range. Oh my god, we still haven't killed him. Oh, I kind of want to let him go. You know what? You can go, buddy. You can go. Never mind. That railgun was out of my control, okay? Are you scratched at all? No, you have no scratches on you. You just came from the pirate base area. How do you not have scratches on you? He's a Kaiser Soze type. He's off trading with them on the sly. Yep, this seems like a pirate base, alright. I'm curious to see what a level 9 pirate base looks like, and it's going to be mixed in with asteroids, which is going to make this just that little bit harder to contend with. Asteroids will mess with our accuracy. What do we got here? Yeah, you're weak sauce. I am not really concerned about you in the slightest. Yeah, we'll come in a little bit closer and start plinking away from a distance. Fact. Let's go grab... Where's your cockpit? Oh yeah, I'm blind. Okay, we'll shoot you from the rear if at all possible. Hey, come back here. And we shall reset our... Yeah, we'll put it about there, and we'll make that our default. Save attack defaults. Done. And... You want to plink? Nope. You don't want to plink, then we'll have to tilt you a little bit. There we go. Problem solved. Next! There is this space station. This is a level 9 pirate base? Yep, level 9. Look at it. This is worth 33 or about like 5 or 6 staff for us. A little bit disappointed. What's that? Is that the reactor? Yeah, we're probably going to core out the reactor when we hit this guy. Ooh, shields. This thing actually has shields. I wonder if we could just ignore the shields and attack it down the cores like we've been doing. I think, though, its rotation will follow ours. Will it? Yeah, it's definitely rotating with us. Before we can deal with this pirate base, we are going to have to kill it. Ooh, that Valkyrie looks cool. Oh, flak. Now, flak could be a problem. I mean, not a huge problem, but still a problem. You. Give us that there. Are we... Yep, nope. Reverse. Full thrusters. Yeah, I think they shot that clean out of the sky. Yep. Look at that. That thing is amazing. Their flak just insta-hits and causes us problems. Oh, they've turned around. Well, that's their problem because... Nope. Yeah. Don't turn around on a... like. So it seems that we basically go in, attack them, then they... Who are you? What the hell did you even come from? Alright, so go in and attack. Eventually, the flak guy will retreat because he goes outside of whatever his collar range is. And once he's outside of the collar range and turns around, you just shoot him in the back and kill him. We just have to make sure that we can outrun everything, which is why we've got that secondary ship. Oh, you turned, buddy. That's a bad idea. You're still alive, though, somehow. Are you? Oh, no, we cored it. That is the cleanest coring I've ever seen. Literally came in here, took out his cockpit. Yeah, that is just beautiful. Let's go take out this pirate base. I would like to capture it as intactly as possible, so let's see if we can do some surgical deconstruction of it. The only things left are this small cannon platform and these. Ooh. Maybe if we dissected a piece at a time, like if we could chop off the limbs. I kind of want to keep a bunch of this intact. Like those shield generators should be worth a pretty penny. Let me think about this. I think it's just going to be a straight down the gut to hit out that. If we knock out the power generator, we'll unfortunately probably destroy both the control rooms and the sensor arrays. But I don't really see a way to... Taking out these control rooms would be quite hard. We'd have to pound through both of these shields. Actually, we could try just for funsies, but the problem is that there's these large asteroids on the other side and it would get very confusing. We might smash into the roids. It could get awful. No. We'll just do our standard issue. Slide in. What the hell? Oh, wow. We literally just cored right in through here, took out everything, boom. Power plant destroyed. And those resource arrays and control rooms, there's some parts left of them. Okay, the scrap won't be amazing, but yeah. And the shield generators are perfectly online, and there's the crew evacuating. Rats from a sinking starship. Right, scrap marked. Let's just take out this last thing, and I think just for the end of today, we'll pop to an area we shouldn't go to, just to get a bit of a reminder of that we're not gods or anything. We definitely can get our butts handed to us. So let me find the exit point. Yeah, let's pick a nasty location to go to. If we look around on the world map or the galaxy map, this is all the surrounding systems. Here's the first two we went to. They're the starter ones. We've got a 6 to 8 over here and a 7 to 9. I say we go straight for the 7 to 9 and have a look. Plus, it's 7 of 9. No, that's a hyperjump beacon. Where is the one out of here? I'm looking for this one. Keptapram. Oh, actually, wait, not that one. I'm getting confused now having two ships. You, hop over there, quickly. In fact, let's just, you know what, there's no point hyperjumping. We can move at 8 speed. This area is going to be substantially more dangerous than where we currently are, so, let's see. We'll come back and clean out that area, but I'll do that off screen. I do want to collect the resources and make oodles of money. But for now, I would like to... What's that star mark? You know what? Never mind. We are going to head straight for whatever that unknown signal is and see if we can't pick a fight with someone along the way. Come on, is there someone here? Yes, there we go. Let's see what you're like. Okay, 2 contacts. Well, oh, 3 contacts. 4, 5. Fine. Looks like we're going to be biting off a little bit more than we can chew. I would like to see what it's like out here. I mean, worst case scenario, we can always reload up. I just want to get a taste for what it's like out on the edge. Okay, come here, you. What are you like? They definitely are looking chunkier and more about our size. So, yeah, we'll take out you two. Okay, what's their speed like? I think we've definitely got speed on them. Oop, oop, quick, get him before he goes around the corner to the asteroid. And 2 hits. Well, we didn't actually take that out. Alright, retreat, I believe, would be the order of the day. We're just going to save flight direction. This is good. Like, we smacked that guy as hard as we possibly could, and he walked it off. That's exactly what we want. We're going to be taking a frontal fight with this guy now. Oh, I need to find if there's a shortcut to change the direction. It's really annoying having to come in here every time. There's probably some hotkeys heading. Ooh, 2 shields up the front. I say we just go straight down the middle. Who cares? You know what I mean? You. Alright, we'll target you. And hit those 2. And yeah, it's fine. Come on. Come on. Get a little bit closer. And hit the burn. Oh, wow. Flak combined with shields makes it much harder for us. We'll probably have to attempt some sort of flanking maneuver if we want to hope. Otherwise, the shields will just keep absorbing all the damage. Never mind. If the shields are gone, shields can't absorb damage. Okay, then. Rails for the win. Yep, looks like most of the core of the ship has been gutted out there. Oh, God. Yeah, buddy. Nope, turn around. I would run away if I was you. Yeah, just run. Run, 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 run. Gotta give it to him, though. Took a hell of a pounding. And finished. And let's see what else is out here. Ooh, there's a Prios base. I have no idea what a Prios base is, but let's go kill it. Prion's base. Sorry, Prion's base. Let's maybe break right now. Slow down a wee bit. No point getting too fast coming at them. You are beautiful. Really, the ships look amazing in this. You have a very large control deck. I can imagine so. You have a lot of guns and a lot of shields. This is looking about the same level as our laser wall. What are you? You are ugly. Do you have a lot of weapons? And you've got 3 control decks. Oh my God, what is... you've got 2 power plants, 3 control decks. That's going to make you much harder to take on. You have you have no reverse thrusters. You basically have 3 engines strapped to a frame. I like your thinking. You are also... you know what? I say we go straight down the middle, target the power core. Yep. And then immediately... No, we don't even have to afterburn. We outpace them. Come on, buddy. Ooh, shields can handle it, though. Are only one of our railguns firing? Never mind. They've turned... Come here, come here, come here. I probably need some more engines on this, just so we can accelerate that a little bit faster so that we can start hammering them in the rear a little bit better. And why are you not firing? You're in range. Okay. Maybe we're not rotated enough. Let's try rotation. There we go. I need to be more careful with that. I'm not rotating enough, I don't think. It is what it is. Let's go find that missile guy. I want to see what happens when we shoot him. Alright, missile guy. Let's start firing at you. Oh! Well, there goes one of your control decks. Let's nab the other one. Where are we? We're right over there. Let's just use the rotate function, I suppose. It's another 2 shots. Another 2 shots. And I think that's you dead, is it? Oh, wait, no. You still have another command deck. Fine. You're called, what, the can opener? I really feel like your name is a little bit too, Yep, there we go. Ooh. Yeah, that ship's not holding up so good, is it? And I think about one more hit should do it. Yeah. Hey, we'll take out the pirate base and see what else this world has to offer. What do you look like, little pirate base? You are... Yeah, no, that's ugly. Very, very ugly. How are we going to kill you efficiently? Oh, you seem to only have one control deck, which... kind of depressing for you. That means this should be fairly painless. Well, for us anyway. Turn around. Line up the shot. Try not to take out the power core if at all possible. Any second now? Are you, like, outside of range or something? Fine, we'll try a little bit of rotation, maybe. Ah, that's the problem. You are actually out of range. 1 second. We shall move just into there, and you should be dead post-haste. Yep, and that's a dead pirate base. That was depressingly easy. I think we're going to have to... I think I'll do some skipping around in the background. This place here can provide us with... Oh my god, did our fame just went up to 581. Yeah. I think we're just going to skip to this area. We'll bring our cargo ship in. We might strip some of the stuff from the last place, but... Oh! Yeah. This ship rocks. Checking in at a space station, I can see we can hire 15 new people. That's a lot of new people. And we could drastically upgrade this, or we can upgrade our railgun ship. We can chuck on a couple of extra engines. We can do... Oh, and about 4 extra rails? Ooh, I like this idea. Okay, I think I've done enough for today, but I think next episode I'm going to just basically core out this area. We might as well just move here and start coring these out. Far more valuable, lots more fame to be grinded out. And that'll give us far more crew, and then we can expand the ship and make it bigger. There's just not enough in these areas. We've already crushed through them. I kind of maybe over-leveled a bit. So what we've learned, this ship, yeah, it works. Railguns are pretty awesome sauce. 2, compartmentalize your crew. 3, by the time we leave this sector, the one over here that we've just visited, by the time we leave that one, I'm going to double the length of the rails. We're going to need twice as many rails, but that means we're going to need twice as many engines. Might be able to increase the armor as well with that much engines on top of it. But that should not quite double our damage, but pretty close. And it'll cost us, say, 6, 12, 24, plus another 8 people. So 32 people. 32 people will double the length of the rails. We will... Oh, actually, we'll need to put on another control room as well. But yeah, we'll figure it out as we go. I'm already miles over time. Apologies for that. It's just this game kind of sucks you in and you just don't want to stop. Anyway, I'm going to cut this out here. I hope you enjoyed and good luck.